Hi everybody, I hope you're absolutely tickety-boo. I've decided to record this video on Facebook selling. I've only been doing it for probably about a week maximum now, and already enjoying some great success. It's a fantastic opportunity to create additional sales within your Clean Easy business, and there are some amazing results. Mine are by no means the most exceptional, and I just wanted to share with you some of the stuff that I have picked up, some of the stuff that I've learned, some of the things that I'm finding is helping to get better results. But I am no expert, so please do take more advice from your successful upline. But hopefully this is going to give you a great insight as to what it is that we're doing and how it's working so well. So the first thing is, I'm assuming that you're already on Facebook. If you're not, then speak to your sponsor, but get on there. But the key here is really to search out some groups. So all I simply did is I simply went into the search bar on Facebook and put in the word for sale, okay, and it comes up with a myriad of different groups that you can join. And as you can see on the screen, it might be quite small there, but it just comes up with a whole list of different groups that you can join. You can search for groups in and around your own local area, as well as groups that are anywhere within the UK. And quite simply, as you can see on the page there, it gives you the opportunity just to click join the group, click join the group, click join the group, and you'll have an administrator who will click yeah, accept, and then you will become part of that for sale or selling group, where there you can then start to place adverts. Okay guys, which is what we're going to do. We're going to place some adverts of some of the products that we've got available, and we're going to start selling them to make more profit. Now, some of the groups are open groups and some groups are closed. My understanding is simply this. If it's a closed group, it means that when you click join and you are added to that group, every time you post something, it will only be seen by the people in that group. If it's an open group, then you can post. Often you don't even need to join. You can just click on it if it's an open group, and you can post straight away. It also means that people who are following you, your family and friends on your Facebook page, will also see every time you post an advert. Okay, so just so that you are aware of that. Okay, so let's say you've just joined some groups and you're ready to get started. So the next thing is, I believe that you need to take a nice photograph of the product. Now, you have access to stock products out of the Clean Easy online shop, where you can just save the image, okay, or you can you could take a photo if you like, with your phone from the Clean Easy catalog, which would be so less effective. But I believe that the key to selling well in these groups is to make your advert, in terms of the wording and the picture that you use, not sound like it's a business. A lot of these buying and selling groups are just people in their own local communities, if you like, selling unwanted stuff that they don't want. But there's also lots of people selling, stuff who do have their own little business, and they are selling things, but you're going to get both of those types of people in there. So occasionally you will get some administrators of a group who kind of frown upon people who are using these Facebook groups to sell business stuff. Okay, so what I just try to do is, guys, I don't worry about it too much at all. I simply just, as you can see on the photograph there, I decided to have a nice photograph taken with the product, not just use the one out the Clean Easy site, and also in this case as well, gives a little bit of realism as well. I'm holding it, you can see the scale and the size of the product. So consider doing that as well. Make your photos nice and crisp, nice and clear. Your photo will serve you well. So once you've got your product, you've took your photograph of it, you're basically ready to go. Now, what I think is really important is to get yourself a little bit organized, because you want to be posting into quite a lot of groups, because it's a bit of a numbers game as well. At any given time, I've probably got about maybe 20 or 30 groups that I've got things advertised in, just to give you some idea. And what I've done is I just opened a Word document and I saved the text, the wording of the advert. I simply saved that into a document. So every time I want to post something, I can just open the document, I can just go in and copy and paste it, and it's a much quicker, it's obviously, and you can just post it straight in to, the listing into the advert that you're going to create. Okay, guys. Now, again, I try not to make it sound businessy. Okay, so if you can see one of my little advert text there on the screen, if it's not too small, it says, it's in a 75-piece polished stainless steel cutlery set, brand new in the box, £30, great value. RRP is £100. So grab a bargain, full money back guarantee, treat yourself, or this would make a great Christmas anniversary, or perhaps a wedding present. Free local delivery in and around Newcastle area, or I can dispatch for £3.95 via Parcel Force. Thank you. All right. So, some nice little bit of word in there, guys. Okay. And I just copy and paste that. I'm straight into the group now. So, for example, I click on, in this example, write and selling page. Straight at the top, you can post something once you've been accepted into the group. That's me copy and pasting that, dropping that straight away in, clicking add photograph. Okay, guys. And then basically, off I go. Now, when I am joining groups, I'm trying to join groups that have got quite a lot of people in the groups, other than if it's really in my local area, it doesn't matter too much. But at a distance, I want groups that have got like 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 people in there, because it's going to be seen by more people. So just bear that in mind as well. So here you can see my listings being created. And there's me with my smiley face holding the product with the wording in there. And that is now live. Sometimes when you post, it might say waiting for approval from the administrator. So they look at every advert that anybody's going to post, and it might not go live instantly. But in most cases, they do. They go live. Now, if you think about it, you kind of want to experiment on different times of the day as to when you're going to post this. Because the idea is that it goes into the group, but it's in what's called a news feed. And as more and more people post, your adverts moves further and further down. And once it gets so far down, you might get people thinking, well, I can't see it because people are only prepared to scroll so far down. Okay, so what's a good idea is experiment a little bit. I often find that maybe after sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock on a night time is a good time to do it. Lots of people are then doing a bit of surfing the groups, okay, and sometimes again during the day. But what I do is I tend to just allocate myself about an hour to add to groups, and I'm on and then I'm off, okay, because you can spend far too long on the internet just looking around and checking things out, and it's a complete waste of time. So I'm very limited. I go on, I do an hour and I'm off. Okay, guys, so that's what I'm kind of doing there. So the next thing is, guys, is what's going to happen is, you're going to start and get inquiries coming through, which is great. Now, as you can see on the screen there, hopefully anyway, you can see the picture of me holding the cutlery set, and you can start to see some comments appear. So, you're going to get some comments that come into this, in the comments box under your advert. Which you can see, for example, this lady says, "Hi, can I take one, please?" Okay. Now, one of the things that's really important to do is, and I believe this, guys, okay, is when you pick up on that comment, okay, with your notifications on, you'll see, somebody's clicked on someone's left a comment. I always go on and like their comment so that they get a notification that I've liked their comment. That alerts them to the fact that I've kind of picked up on what they've sent to me. Okay. Now, what I strongly recommend that you do is don't just reply with all the information on what they need to do to buy it, is a reply to their comment, okay? Because too many people can then all see that in the comments box. And sometimes administrators kick up on that for a number of reasons, because it starts getting lots of comments, and that kind of keeps your advert right at the top, which you might think is useful, but there's other ways to do that without the administrator thinking, just kick this off, it's just taking up too much time. Okay, so what I just tend to do is I just send them a quick message back, and I'm saying, "Hi, my pleasure, I'll send you a private message, but check your other message folder. As with us not being connected on Facebook, it won't go into your normal message folder." Now, guys, this is really, really important, okay, because you could send someone who's inquired a message by simply clicking on, their name and send them a message. But because you're not actually friends on Facebook, it won't go into their primary folder. Okay, it's only going to go into their subfolder, which is known as the other folder. Okay, so by replying in the news feed under the, under the product, the person will see that, and they will know to check their other folder, okay? Because sometimes if you start putting in there, you know, oh yeah, I'll, you know, if it's at a distance, I'll, you know, this is what you need to do, click on the link and you can pay. You sometimes get some skeptical people thinking, oh, it's some sort of scam, and you might start and get some bad comments in the box. You get some really naive people and skeptical people. So I just say, hey, no problem, I'll send you a private message, and I keep that information separate. But you've got to alert them to the fact that it will probably go into their other message folder. Okay, guys, that's absolutely vital. I've missed out on this in the early days. All right, I literally did. I wasn't picking up on messages. People weren't getting the messages I was sending them, and I was losing out on sales. So you've got to be aware of that. Absolutely essential. Okay, guys. So just moving on. So this is just kind of showing you where that other message folder is, because you know, people could be sending you messages and you're not receiving them, as well as you sending them messages and they're not receiving them. Okay, so as you can see right on your top search bar on your Facebook page, okay, you'll see there top right, you'll see a few little icons of two people stood next together like a little speech bubble in the world. Okay, so the bit I'm referring to here is like what looks like the speech bubble. Okay, guys, so if you click on that, then what it'll do is it will bring up, as you can see if you look further down, it'll bring up your inbox and the other folder. Okay, and that other folder is where your messages could well be sat to you, as well as other people's messages could be sat to them, and nobody's getting to see them. Okay, so I think it's really, really important to be aware of that, you know, when you're sending personal messages back and forward. Okay, so something else I think is really important, guys, is just going back one point there, on messages that you are getting sent back and forward, especially if someone says, yes, I want one, you know, and you're kind of engaging back and forward with a little bit of dialogue now. What I do is I just print off that. I print off the dialogue that's when I've kind of got their address and when I've agreed, or if I've got their contact number, which is what I try to get. Give us your address, give us your contact number if it's local, and I just agree a time that I'm going to deliver it. But I print that out, and that becomes like my little sales. It's like your equivalent to your clean easy order form, isn't it? So that's what I do there. But what happens is, guys, coming back to how your advert is going to start to move down the news feed, you know, when you put it on at the fullness of time, you know, a lot of groups have got different rules, but usually you can bump it back up within 24 hours. Now, what does that mean, bump it back up? Well, that just simply means that you can get your advert back up to the top so more people can see it again within that group. So you don't need to keep reposting a new advert for the same product. You can keep bumping it back up, okay? So all I simply do is, so I go onto the group, okay, that I've previously posted in, and if you'll notice in the top right hand corner, if you can't see it, it says search this group. All I simply do is put in my name, okay, and then I click search, and it will bring any adverts that I've posted in there. So if I then go to the comment box underneath the posting that I've previously put in, and I can type in there, as you can see here, the word bump, and then I just click enter. And what happens is that immediately puts that advert right back to the top. Do you need to physically type the word in, bump? No, you could just put a full stop and click enter. Anything that goes in that's potentially some form of text in there and you press enter is a comment. Now you can either leave it there as a bump and people can see that you've bumped it up, or you can actually go in and just click on to the side of the comment, and a little box will come up where you can delete the comment if you want. And you can delete that comment, and quite simply, it's still bumped it up, but it doesn't show that you've bumped it up, if you know what I mean. For a lot of people, they might think they're seeing it for the first time, whereas if they see a bump, they'll know that it's been posted before and you've lifted it up, okay? So I personally tend to just delete that, okay? Delete that comment, okay? The next thing, guys, is as taking payment at a distance. There's been a lot of questions about this, because clearly you can post in local groups and you can go and deliver them in the local area. I delivered 4 yesterday in the local area, which was great, all paid cash, jobs are good. But when you're posting in groups far and wide, you're going to get people asking about taking payments, okay? How can I get the product? How are you going to get it to us? That sort of thing, okay? So what I do, guys, is I want to explain to you that there's 2 ways to be able to basically, get sales, take payment and dispatch at a distance. So I'm going to run through both of those ways for you. Now the first way is the way that I guess historically it has been done when people first started posting on Facebook, which is just via your own online shop. Now what you'll see here on the screen, which is small, firstly I would be sending the person who wants the product a private message. Okay, so we'll get that, we'll know how that's done. Okay, and I would simply say, for example, it's Pete with regard to your 75-piece cutlery set. Firstly, thanks for your order. Okay, this is how you can purchase the product. Pay for it, get delivery, and you know, simply click on the link below and it will take you specifically to the product, and then you can add it to your basket. And then you can either check out or browse my shop. Okay guys, so what you're doing is you basically send them a little message kind of saying, yeah, great, I know you want one, this is how you can get it. You know, it's dead easy. You just click on the link, it'll take you into my shop and you can pay. Alright, put your delivery address in, you know, pay sort of thing, and it's on its way. And that automatically means that it's your clean, easy online shop that everybody has doing an automated thing. Okay, the only thing is, guys, that I want to mention to you when you do this is two things. Number one is you've got to be able to create the link. Now, the best way to be able to do that, I'm going to explain on the when I come on to the next slide. Okay, but you've got to create a link. Okay, that's specifically for that product, so that when people click on it, it takes them direct to that product. So I'll come on to that in a minute. But the second thing is that not everybody will, when they click on the product, will complete the process. And I have had some experience of this, but that doesn't mean to say that you know, other people haven't got lots and lots and lots of you know, sales completing. But what I have found is that sometimes people think that they're just replying to an advert and they're just going to be able to click and get it really quickly. But obviously when they go into your shop, they realise it's a shop now and you're selling, that you're potentially selling lots of products. And then when they start the process, it's asking to input that customer information to register as a customer as well, and asking for their delivery address and things. Now, some people might think, I just wanted to buy the product, man. This seems a bit long-winded. It's not, but we know that people are very impatient. And sometimes I've had people who haven't completed. And I think, again, if we've given the impression that it's like very much like a, you know, a personal sale and not like a business selling, it's probably for the first time becoming a little bit evident that maybe it's like a business sell. Okay, so sometimes you don't get people completing, but it's by far the easiest way, I guess. Plus, it also, if they do complete, and there's lots of people do, you know, so try this first, definitely. You know, it also means that once they're in your shop and they're registered as a customer, they can browse your shop anytime, unbeknown to you. They can buy a product, and then you obviously get accredited with the sale. So, you know, brilliant is what it is, but sometimes people on the Facebook groups are a bit impatient and they don't always complete in that way. So there is another way, which I'm going to explain in a moment, but firstly I need to explain you how you can get that little link to put in your personal message that you're sending to the wannabe customer. Okay guys, so I'm going to explain how you're going to do that now. So all you do is log into your own Clean Easy shop. That's your mycleaneasy.com / followed by your account number. Alright guys, and what happens is you're now into your shop. So you would just do a search for the particular product that you know that you're going to sell, and it will come up on the page. Now you'll notice there, if you can see underneath on the left hand side, underneath where it says add to basket, there's a number of different little icons. One of them is the Facebook icon. Now if you click on that, what happens is it will automatically populate into your search bar this rather long URL, okay, which is just like a web address, if you like, to take that person specifically to your shop to get that product to complete the sale. But you'll notice that if you look at the big long URL, when you try it for yourself, there's kind of like two parts to it really. There's HTTPS, you know, and then it starts off facebook.com, and then it goes a bit further, and it starts off, then it joins on to HTTP, and then it goes into, you know, www.cleaneasy.com. All I do is I actually copy and paste from the second HTTP. Alright guys, so I drop the first part and I just start where it says HTTP and it's got the two little dots and then the two forward slashes. I take the copy and paste from there to the right, okay guys, and that's the part of the link that you want. Now what I strongly recommend that you do to make sure you're sending them the right link and it works okay, is before you send them that in a message, send it to yourself as an email and have a look at it and click on it so you can see that it does take them to that product in your shop. Then you know you've got a live link, you've done it correctly, and you're ready to add that into the rest of the information that you're giving them, which is, you know, thanks for your interest in your order to buy. This is how you can get it. Click on the link, etc. And then you know you've got the right link. Okay, guys, that's really important. And then really, that's then send it across to your potential customer, and then they hopefully will click on that. And they'll complete with the sale. The second way to do it, guys, okay, and this is what I've been doing as of recent, and it's worked an absolute treat, requires you to go onto Google and open a PayPal business account. It's dead straightforward, guys, you know, and you just download it, you know, follow the instructions. It's simple. Don't be put off because you've never done it before, all right? Dead simple. And when as soon as you've got a PayPal account, what that means that you can do is you can do a slightly different way, which I think is a little bit quicker, a little bit more in control, and it takes away a little bit of the faff that the customer might have that might put them off, and it just keeps it a little bit quicker and slicker. So this would be the message that I would send, you know, to the potential customer if they've expressed interest in buying the product. So, hi Marie, thanks for your interest. Because of the distance, I'm happy to dispatch via parcel force. It'll cost £3.95. If you can message me your email address, I'll send you an email back so you can just pay me through PayPal. If you let me have your preferred delivery address as well, then I can book parcel force to deliver. Hope that's okay. Any questions, just ask. So let's just look at that really, really quickly, guys, okay? What happens when you have a PayPal business account, you can simply send an invoice. All you need is the customer's email address to be able to send them an invoice through PayPal that's secure, that when they open it, they can see it's secure, and they can either pay via PayPal if they have a PayPal account themselves, or they can pay by their debit card or their credit card, and it's perfectly safe. All right. So all I need is their email to be able to do that. And I'll show you what one of those invoices looks like in a moment, again, which is easy to do. So I'm asking them really for their email address, okay, guys, but also I need their delivery address for what I'm about to explain next when I actually physically order the product, okay, guys. So that's a nice little message I'd send them. So this is just a very quick look at my PayPal account. Okay, you can see there's a number of different services in there, and some of the products and services, when you click on that, it will come up on the left, you know, a number of different services that are offered, and one of them is get paid with email. Okay, create and send an invoice, etc. So if you look to the right there, you'll see a very simple invoice for someone that I've already done this with. Dead easy. You send it to them, you get a copy of the invoice, and as soon as they pay, you can see that they've paid. Now, once they've paid, simply what you would do then is go onto your Clean Easy shop, but not as a distributor. You can see that, you know, when you click on, you know, mycleaneasy.com/your account number, the page will come up. You've got an option to log in as a distributor or just click visit my shop. So you're kind of now visiting your shop as if you're not the Clean Easy distributor. So you click on that. All right, guys, and then what you do is you just put in the search for the product, which is, let's say, the knife set. You see it, you add to basket, all right, as if you're going to go ahead and you physically buy it, because what you can do is you can be a customer within your own shop as well. So I simply go in, buy the product if you like, dead straightforward, and it'll ask for a delivery address, but I put the delivery address of the customer. who wants it. Okay, so all they know I'm buying it, I'm giving them an alternative delivery address, and basically it completes and it processes the order, and you know, it'll keep you in the loop. You'll get an email from the company saying, you know, you've had a sale via your online shop, as if it's a customer, which it is really, but it's like you, but you're dispatching that product direct to the customer who's really bought it. Okay, this is the bit where you're taking away a little bit of the process that the customer would normally have. You're doing that little bit to keep it simple. Okay, guys, and basically that's it. So it's sweet as a nut if you think about it. You know, I've got their email address. I've sent them an email, which is an invoice. They click on that, it's secure. They make payment. You know, I know that they've done that, so then I'll go into my, you know, clean easy website, order the product, dispatch it direct to them, bish bash bosh, jobs are good. Okay, guys, so just finishing off now, I just want to give you a little bit of extra information, just a bit of random information. Firstly, don't post into too many groups in one go, because, you know, Facebook will realise that you might be someone that's taking advantage of the system a little bit. All right, so, you know, maybe post, you know, maybe, well, I post about 20 within an hour. Okay, but, you know, do a few, take a break, have a cup of tea, go back, do a few more, because you could get kicked off Facebook if you're just going on, you know, squillings and squillings and squillings straight away, and doing it all in one go. It just looks very spammy. Okay. Secondly is when I sort of go onto my Facebook page and then I click on the groups that I'm part of, you need to be a little bit organised when you start like reposting and bumping things up and things like that. So whatever group is shown at the top is the group that you've more recently listed in. Okay, guys, or you've bumped something up. So I then start at the bottom, if you like, to work my way back up again if I'm going to start bumping up again and things like that. Okay. Next things is that, you know, these sales that are coming through are extra, you know, on top of your, you know, catalog distribution. It's not instead of. Okay, so they can add some lovely extra volume, but if you do less because of you doing this, then you're no better off. Okay, guys, so use it as an extra way to you know, to boost your income, to boost your sales. Okay, I think the key is to do it little and often. All right, you know, I'll just do like maybe an hour a day. That's it. I also think you need to keep close communications with your sponsor, because like I said, guys, I'm no expert. This is just what I've learned in the last few days by taking action. All right, guys, so keep good close communication with your sponsor, and they'll help to keep you right as well. Share your successes as well. You know, if you're getting some successes, I'm hearing some great stories about people, oh, I've just sold 10 of this and 15 of that, but not everyone shares it on the Facebook team pages that you're part of. So we've got to share it. It's great inspiration. It gives us a chance to lift you up. It inspires other people to do the same as well, which is fantastic. Success breeds success. In anything that you find that's working particularly well, guys, share it. Okay, that's all I'm doing now is sharing it, share it, you know, and let everyone have an opportunity to enjoy and take part in the success. Some great little tips that's going to help everybody move forward, because it's all about teamwork that makes the dream work. So guys, this is not the definitive, you know, training on Facebook groups. It's just what I've picked up and what I'm doing, that I think will work. You know, but it's constantly evolving. We're constantly learning more stuff, but hopefully you've getting some value from this. Okay, guys, so that's me done. I'll speak to you all soon, and come on, the flipping team.